It's still a bit tart,
Yeah.
but it's good.
Hi everyone. So we thought we'd do a little bit of an update about some of the clearing that we've been doing. So really for the last week,
Yeah, this week.
we've been focusing a lot on clearing from within the property. So sort of heading back towards the camper.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do is we're trying to clear a spot just sort of next to where the greenhouse is, of any of the sort of extraneous trees, I suppose is the best way to describe them. But like the new growth, the smaller stuff, the lower stuff. And also we thought we'd do this video outside because it's actually quite a nice day and it's breezy enough that right now there's not a lot of flies and a lot of mosquitoes around. But yeah, and the suddenly I've got a frog in my throat. But yeah, so what we've been doing is basically clearing in between those trees. But then we're piling all of those trees together and taking some of the larger trunks and separating them, which we'll do more of, which will become sort of part of the kindling and the start of our fire pile. At the same time, we've also sort of been cutting down trees and clearing the trail coming out from where the greenhouse is, because that area of the entire trail is the wettest. I mean, like that's where sort of like in previous videos you've seen where I've walked through, and it's just like swampy and very, very wet. And so clearing the trees from there is allowing more sunlight in and more wind, which is starting to help that all dry out. And that's quite important because once we get the camper in there, we obviously need it to be as dry and as firm as possible.
Yeah. Well, and also it's a bit relieving too, because there's been the question, and we've posted whole videos about it before and that sort of thing, of just whether this is in fact just flat out a swamp.
Yeah.
And clearly it's not, because everything dries out super fast.
Yeah.
And that's
and a lot of it
good.
is just a lot of it is just basically like it's sort of protected by all this overgrowth and all these trees and stuff. So there's not a lot of airflow in there. And I mean, like the little bit that we've cleared, which is ideally where we want to put the camper, but also that the trail part. When you're working in there, it's really hot and
buggy. The mosquitoes have been particularly bad this last week.
Really have. too hot today, but it is very humid, and the mosquitoes are insane. Sprayed with DEET, but of course sweating, so that doesn't seem to help. And they're just swarming everywhere. It's quite gross, actually, and quite disgusting to work in. Like they're even biting like through the cuffs of the gloves because they can get to my skin, which is just horrendous. Not a fan of mosquitoes, and neither is Sandy. So, but it is what it is. I mean, this is what it's like. I mean, we're doing this, you know, everything pretty much by hand, and it's just the two of us. So we put up with it and we do what we have to do. So. Once you've got it sort of opened up, there's definitely, when the breeze picks up, you can feel it coming through there,
Yeah.
where you couldn't before. I mean, when we were doing that initial clearing, it was sort of just like this spot in the middle of all these trees.
Yeah.
And so we never got lots of that breeze in there. So it's certainly been a lot better.
Yeah.
Since we're doing that, and we'll continue to do that. Obviously, working our way sort of kind of from both ends, I think, from there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's the update for today. We'll be trying to do another one later this week, and of course, Miss Pollock is joining us today while Remy is inside, because we can't let them both out at the same time. Because
we can a bit.
We can a bit, but he tends to chase her. And then she gets mad, and then it's just a nightmare. And we don't want them mad at each other. So, but yeah, that's pretty much our update. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so that you know when we post our next video. And please remember that if you would like to support us in any way, there's a couple of really good ways. PayPal is always a greatly appreciated medium, but one of the better ways is actually via our Patreon. And if you click on the Patreon link down below, you can see some of our posts on there, and paid members actually get exclusive posts that are only for paid members on there. But it really is a great way to support us on a regular basis. And of course, you can always purchase something from our Amazon wishlist, and that link is down below in the description of this video as well. So I think that for now, that's about everything. And thanks so much for watching, everybody. And until the next video.